Hello everyone. Today I'm going to walk you through a quick demo of utilITise, our AI-driven self-healing platform that automatically detects, diagnoses, and resolves IT issues without any manual intervention. Before we move on, let's take a moment to understand what utilITise actually is. Think of it as an AI-driven platform that turns complicated IT systems into something simple and reliable, just like a utility that always works. Everything from monitoring and billing to SLA management runs in one place, automatically. No jargon, no manual work, just IT that works. Behind the scenes, it's powered by a self-healing architecture that detects, troubleshoots, and fixes issues on its own. With a unified tech stack and low-code automation, it keeps operations faster, smarter, and more efficient. It's built for AI-powered automation, transparent utility-style pricing, global delivery at startup cost. What makes utilITise truly stand out is that it's AI-native, self-healing, and built to be consumer simple, removing the complexity so IT can finally be effortless. Now let's take a look at the utilITise use cases. These are everyday IT scenarios where our AI steps in and does the heavy lifting automatically. No tickets, no waiting, no manual work, just smooth and effortless IT that keeps everything running without interruptions. Let's start with the offline devices use case. So what exactly is the offline devices use case about? It's when utilITise automatically scans all endpoints and detects which devices went offline during office hours. The system instantly notifies both admins and users, runs diagnostics in the background, and tracks remediation, all automatically and transparently. This is the admin dashboard, the main control center where admins can see real-time notifications for any detected issues across the environment. Here's the issue center, which lists all active problems, so admins can review them and decide what to do next. You can also see agent activity logs down below. That's where every background action is recorded for full transparency. All right, let's go ahead and run a detection for offline devices. This usually takes a moment. utilITise is now scanning all connected endpoints, running diagnostics, and will automatically notify us once results start coming in. As you can see, notifications start popping up here on the dashboard, while end users also get an email alert in their secondary mailbox. When we refresh the view, notice how a few devices now show as offline. Diagnostics for these are still processing in the background. Once everything completes, utilITise updates the results in real time, showing you the devices which are offline during the office hours, their severity levels, affected users, and which remediation steps are in progress. Admins can drill down into any issue for details. You can see the agent logs, device info, and even timestamps for each detection. Meanwhile, the end user also gets an email confirming that their device was detected as offline, so everyone's in the loop automatically. And that wraps up the offline devices demo, simple, automated, and fully transparent. Now let's move on to the password use case. So what's the password and account access use case about? It's all about handling everyday login issues, like forgotten passwords, expired credentials, or account lockouts. utilITise automatically detects these problems, triggers secure self-service resets, and even reminds users before passwords expire, keeping everything smooth, secure, and fully automated. Now, as you can see, I've cleared the dashboard, so we're just focusing on password-related data. To start, I'll simulate a few failed login attempts, so I'll enter several wrong passwords to trigger the detection logic. In real time, utilITise picks up those failed attempts, correlates them with user account metadata, and applies lockout policies when thresholds are met. Here, the system identifies that user Akil Test 1 at CyberTulip is having a password problem. After diagnostics finish, we can see the system recommends a password reset. A notification pops up for the admin, and the end user gets an email on his secondary mail account to reset his password through the utilITise app. Once the user approves, the reset workflow runs automatically in the background, and within moments, the new password is issued. When we check the email logs, the users received a confirmation that their password has been changed successfully along with a new credential. They log in through the company portal, verify the authentication code, and everything's working perfectly again. And by the way, here's the cool part. Every password issue that utilITise resolves automatically translates into measurable savings. As you can see, it takes just under 7 minutes for the system to resolve the password issue, which prevents nearly 30 minutes of user downtime. That's around 23 minutes saved per password issue, completely hands-free. And that wraps up the password use case. Next up, now, let's move on to the MFA method recovery use case. This one's all about handling multi-factor authentication issues, like when users lose access to their MFA device or have repeated failed sign-ins. utilITise automatically detects these authentication problems, removes the old MFA methods, and resets them securely using Microsoft Graph API. The user simply approves the reset and re-enrolls during their next login. Everything's handled automatically, keeping access secure and user downtime close to zero. To test this, I'll intentionally fail a few MFA attempts for my test account, just to simulate an authentication issue. These failed attempts are instantly logged in Azure AD, and utilITise picks them up during the next scan. Now on the dashboard, we can see MFA-related sign-in failures flagged for that user. utilITise classifies this as an authentication issue and automatically creates a remediation request. That request goes straight to the user's secondary mailbox, asking for approval to reset MFA. Once the user approves, the remediation agent takes over. It removes the old MFA registration, resets the configuration, and updates the status in real time. We get a confirmation here that MFA has been successfully reset. Let's test that by signing in again. Perfect. The system now prompts us to set up MFA from scratch, meaning the reset worked. We scan the new QR code, enter the verification code, and the new MFA configuration is good to go. And just like the password case, there's a measurable time saving here too. As shown here, it takes just under 6 minutes for utilITise to resolve the MFA issue, which prevents roughly 9 minutes of user downtime. And that's about 9 minutes saved per issue every single time. Finally, let's take a look at the disk usage use case. This one focuses on performance. When devices start slowing down because of rogue applications, background updates, or even low storage, utilITise automatically detects high resource consumption, identifies what's causing it, and runs cleanup or optimization scripts in the background. It can pause updates, remove temporary files, or stop unnecessary processes, all without any manual input. The result? Devices stay fast, efficient, and reliable with zero admin effort. For this demo, I've cleared the old data and filled up the local drive with some large temporary files. So, right now, we've got only about 6 GB free. That's roughly 80% usage. When utilITise's diagnostic agent runs, it checks disk utilization metrics and compares them against configure thresholds. Once the limit is crossed, a new disk usage issue is logged for the affected device. You can see the diagnostic results here, showing total capacity, free space, and how far it's exceeded the threshold. Next, the remediation agent automatically generates a cleanup script designed to safely delete temporary files and reclaim space. Once approved, that script runs quietly in the background, typically finishing in just a few minutes. When it's done, most temp and cached files are gone. Only files currently in use remain. The system updates in real time, and the dashboard shows that the device is back to a healthy state. And that's it for the disk usage use case. That is it for now. Thank you for watching.